Okay, so to create the star shape, in mine, I'm going to actually align it with the middle. So after I start the sketch on the face of my lid, I'm going to actually come up here where it has the line tool, and I'm going to choose center line. This is a special type of line. I can put it on the midpoint of my edge and draw straight up. You can tell that it's this dot dash pattern, and this is what helps me just with laying things out or lining things up. If I wanted it to line up with a certain other shape or other edge, I could use this center line tool as well. Now on my center line is where I'm going to start out my shapes, because really, even though it looks like a very complicated shape, this is one of the easier ones to draw. Looking at this, you can see that it's just two triangles, one pointing up, one pointing down, and each triangle from the point to the flat edge is 1.5 inches. So I'm going to get my polygon tool. I'm going to set my number of sides at 3. I'm going to pick a spot on the line, and I'm going to draw a triangle. I'm going to do the same thing a second time using the same corner point, this time pulling down. As you can see at this point, my two triangles are actually different sizes. I'm going to go ahead and use my Smart Dimension tool and go from the flat to the top here at 1.5 and do the same thing from here to the point, also at 1.5. Point to point should be 2 inches, but if I set this down, I may get a driven dimension. In my case, it was fine. Before I trim these lines away, I'm going to make sure that that line is horizontal and that this line is horizontal. This is where I got over defined because I dimensioned that 2-inch one. So again, make those horizontal, don't do the 2-inch dimension. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use trim entities, trim to closest, to get rid of the inside lines. As you do that, your shape is going to change. Sometimes it will be hollow, sometimes it will be solid. By the time you get all the way around and all of it done, as long as you don't miss any of the segments, the shape will be completely filled back in. Now, this shape is underdefined because it doesn't know where it is in space. So I'm going to go ahead and dimension it vertically, which is the one that was missing, to line it up with the rest of the shapes. Now that it's fully defined, it's always easier to fully define the shape and then fillet the corners. I'm going to go ahead and turn the sketch fillet on. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and get the 6 points. And then the 6 inside corners, making sure that I round every corner. Once all of those corners are selected, I'll go ahead and accept it, and it will create my shape and soften all those sharp edges so that the whole will match the block. At this point, I can exit the sketch, go to Features, Extrude Cut, tell it to be through all, and cut the hole all the way through my lid.